You're starting from scratch. You got someone who's never worked out, doesn't have much experience. How would you approach training that person? Like, what would you suggest to them?
So this is kind of like one of those it depends questions. So I'm gonna kind of put him on blast because he's my brother. So like somebody like my brother, he was trying to lose some weight, and his goals weren't necessarily to get in the gym and be bigger, faster, stronger. I mean, I definitely encouraged him to do that, but it wasn't his choice. He didn't want to work out. So for him, I was just like, hey, dude, just get out and walk. Like that's it. Just get out and walk. Focus on eating. And there's other little things that we got into. I don't want to go on a huge long tangent of what I did with him, but focusing on, okay, what do they like to do? Make their hobby, that's their active goal, right? But now we're talking to somebody that wants to get into weightlifting, that wants to work out. A lot of times you're going to get that motivational person coming in like, oh, I'm so ready to work out like 5 days a week. Well, no, chill. Like motivation is a short-term thing. We don't want motivation. Yep. We want like the why. Why you're doing this? Why do you want to work out, right? Definitely. So I would always say start 2 to 3 days a week, full body workouts. Nothing crazy, low volume. Just get used to those movements like I've said before and perfect those movements and increase those movements and slowly start increasing the volume, the amount of sets, the amount of reps you do, stuff like that. And then I would also say just dial in your nutrition. And what I mean by that is switch to more whole foods, right? But that doesn't mean like if you're somebody that eats McDonald's three of those meals, don't all of a sudden just stop eating McDonald's. I mean, I'd like you to, but it's not sustainable. Like you're going to jump off the bandwagon and get back on it. So what I always like to say is if you're eating 3 meals a day, make one of those meals a salad and then add some fruit in there, drink lots of water, and then veggies, right? That way, that's going to be easy changes. So just change one meal at a time. Hold that for like 2 weeks, and all of a sudden that just becomes so natural. Change another meal, whether it's your breakfast or your dinner or your lunch. Change it up, and then get sleep. Get lots of sleep. We've talked about it. I don't need to really go more into it. Just sleep. It's good for you. It helps. And then, like I said, just be active. Find a hobby. Find something you like to do and do it. Whether it's a walk, I love going on walks. I go on probably about an hour walk every single day, whether it's on the treadmill or a beautiful day like today. Like I'm going to go outside, I'm going to go for a walk, listen to a podcast, listen to audiobooks, listen to music. Just have that time to like just gather your thoughts, but it's also getting you active. So,
yeah, I think that's a lot of great information and a great blueprint for anyone who's pretty unexperienced or just getting into working out. I would say repeating what we've pretty much already said throughout this podcast. I would say start with practicing perfect form, increasing mobility, and just taking things slow, mastering the basic movements. It may not be super fun or anything, but that's going to get you where you need to be in your fitness journey before you get into more advanced workouts or adding weights like you see your friends doing. You got to be able to, just like anything in life, you got to be able to do the beginning things before you get into anything else. I would also say don't give up. You're going to go through a period of suffering. Your body's going to hurt and things are not going to be looking too well for you, but that's just where you experience the most growth and change your body, and you just have to push past that point in order to get where you want to be. And just like I said, consistency is everything. Like anything in life, nothing's going to come overnight, but if you're consistent to sticking to a routine, over time, you're going to see the results. You just have to be consistent.
Yeah, I mean, even a bad workout's better than no workout.
Exactly, 100%. Just getting out, being active is huge for the long term.
Thank you for tuning into Betting the Edge. Make sure to tune into the full episode, subscribe to the channel, as well as subscribe and rate 5 stars on the Betting the Edge podcast. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts.